So Bungie may have released the best update to Trials in Destiny history, like not exaggerating. So with the release of Season 15 or Season of the Lost, Bungie also announced some new changes coming to Trials of Osiris, one of the PvP in-game activities. If you're well versed in Destiny, you may have heard of this game mode. If you know, this game mode was in a really bad spot coming from Beyond Light. However, with the Witch Queen reveal in August, they announced new changes coming to Trials. These changes were slated to release September 10th and were to be what made Trials great again. So, how are they? Well, let's first discuss the new changes. For starters, Trials cards will no longer require you to reset if you get 3 losses or 4 on a Mercy card. Instead, the losses won't do anything to your card besides preventing you from going flawless. This allows you to be able to play Trials infinitely, which is great due to the fact that now Saint 14 has a similar reputation system to that of Zavala, Shaxx, or the Drifter. This change is even better because it also allows you to acquire weapons and armor even faster. Saint 14 has a system that allows you to focus your trials engrams that you earn from leveling up in trials to get specific weapons and armor that you've already acquired. This makes target farming certain roles easy, and it's even worth noting that there is a new trials weapon, which is called Reed's Regret, which is a heavy linear fusion rifle. You can also focus the adept weapon for the week. For example, the week in which this video is being released, you can focus the adept version of Shire's Wrath. Similar to the other weapons, you must have acquired that weapon before you can focus it. This change is really good and makes farming weapons more fun and enjoyable. The only downside to the focusing process is just how many materials are required to focus the weapon. To do so, you must have 1 trials engram, which can be gotten from Saint 14 for every rank up, 20,000 glimmer, and 100 legendary shards. This is very costly, especially for new players, so it may be more difficult for newer players to actually target farm. I would definitely like to see a bit of a reduction to the price, so that it does warrant a price, but you're not paying an arm and a leg for a weapon. But that's about all there is for weapons and gear, so let's talk about Trials itself. So what changed? Well, you can now matchmake in Trials. Instead of having to find 2 other players to play Trials with, you can now queue as a solo or a duo. I think this is a fantastic change because now solo players, like myself, can actually get Trials weapons and armor. Furthermore, it's actually pretty easy to get a flawless run as a solo player. I'm a decent crucible player and I was able to solo up to 6 wins before finally losing. The only complaint I have seen about this is the fact that solo or duos can queue against full teams, which can cause matches to be incredibly sweaty and otherwise unenjoyable. I do see this complaint, and I can agree with it to some capacity. Good news for solo players who find that in fact as a turnoff, Bungie does have plans on adding a Trials Freelance mode, which will act in the same way that an Iron Banner Freelance mode would act. If you can't stand playing against pre-made teams, then you could opt to wait until the Freelance mode releases to play Trials. That would make it so that you can easily play Trials and farm the weapon. The next change that I have referenced a decent amount in this video is Trials Reputation. As said earlier, Saint 14 has a similar reward track that someone like Zavala, Lord Shaxx, or the Drifter has. The track consists of the following rewards: a Prime Trials engram, which can be earned for every 3rd rank up, so Guardian, Brave, Heroic, so on and so forth, 2 upgrade modules, 3 enhancement cores, an Eye of Soul sniper rifle, 2 more upgrade modules, the Igneous Hammer hand cannon, and an Ascendant shard. After you collect the Ascendant shard, it'll be replaced with an exotic engram. I do not know whether or not this reward track changes weekly, so I do want to make that clear. Regardless, the weapon in the track will have a pre-made role. For an example, the Eye of Soul that Saint has comes with Moving Target and Wellspring, and the Igneous Hammer comes with Subsistence and Snapshot Sights. Even though the roles these weapons get are not exactly great for them, obtaining them alone will help you get the opportunity to start focusing these weapons, so I'd highly suggest getting these weapons, especially since they're both great in PvP. Regarding the reputation you earn, you can earn both a very low amount of reputation to a good chunk of it. The lowest I have ever seen and earned was 5 after a 2-kill loss, and the most I have received was 100, which came from a win streak that was also a decent game for me. Getting through Guardian and Brave ranks shouldn't take too long, but Heroic and onwards may be a bit of a grind, so be prepared. Some miscellaneous changes that were made are the fact that you must own the yearly expansion to play Trials. So at the time of this video releasing, that yearly expansion would be Beyond Light. You do not need to own any of these seasons, such as Season of the Chosen, Season of the Splicer, and Season of the Lost, following Beyond Light, you just need to own Beyond Light. And then in February, you'll need to have Witch Queen to play Trials, and so on and so forth. Trials will not go live the first week of the season, nor the same week as Iron Banner being around. So if Iron Banner comes around one week, do not expect Trials to come that weekend. And like I said, first week of a season, don't expect Trials to be there. So, I think that about does it. There may be a few changes I missed in this video. If you do know of any, please drop a comment and I'll be sure to update the description with that information. Please be sure to drop a like and comment if you enjoyed the video, and if you want to stay up to date with my content, click that subscribe button. My socials will be in the description, so be sure to follow me there as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Good luck with gaming.